All right, guys. Welcome to this episode of Vertcoin Talk. This is episode number 18. So there's been 18 of these, and we normally do these once a month. So we've been doing them for well over a year. So welcome once again, guys. Thank you for joining. We are broadcasting on 4 different platforms. So we are not only on YouTube, we are also on Twitch, we're also on Twitter, and we're also on DLive. So DLive is the new streaming application that we've added this go around. So it has been a little bit since we last broadcasted. We did skip April because I had some personal projects that I were working on. So unfortunately, that took a little bit of time. I wasn't able to do a talk. But so today we're going to be going over the April dev update as well as the May dev update. So let's go ahead and throw that up here on the screen now. So we're going to be talking today, as you guys saw in the thumbnail and stuff of that nature, we're going to be talking about VertHash. We're also going to be talking about the foundation and some other different marketing initiatives that we're taking on here with Vertcoin, or hoping to take on. We just need the community's help as far as getting some outreach and reaching out to some different people and stuff of that nature. But we'll talk about that here in just a second. So got a little bit of an echo. Let's see. No, I didn't have 2 windows open. Shouldn't have an echo. Although granted... let me see here. Yeah, no, shouldn't have an echo. Let me know if you're still getting an echo. You should just be hearing my mic now at this point. But so let's go over the April dev update. This has been out for over a month now, so this, most of you guys have already seen this. Oh, it was Discord. Okay. Cool. All right, let's see here. So in the April dev update, we gave a little bit of an update on VertHash. I'm really going to touch on VertHash when we go over the May update because we made some more adjustments, some more testing, and things of that nature. But here you can see that we did hit a few roadblocks, which luckily we were able to get those knocked out over the course of April and May. So we'll talk about those here in just a second. Vertcoin Foundation. So just so everybody is aware, we are still waiting on the IRS. I have actually had a call with the IRS here inside of the United States, looking for the status of our 501c3 designation. So right now, just so everybody's aware, the Vertcoin Foundation is already a legal entity. It was established with the IRS and the governing agencies here inside of the United States in January. But the one key thing that we're waiting on, and we're really kind of just sitting still because we don't want to do anything until we actually have the nonprofit status, is we're waiting on that 501c3. Now that is being delayed. Normally it's about a 3-month turnaround. But the IRS is actually, they have a pretty heavy workload at the moment, so it is taking a little bit longer than normal. And trust me, I'm checking the mailbox every day, waiting for that letter from the IRS letting us know that we have that 501c3 status. Everyone I've talked to who have looked at our application said you shouldn't have any problems as far as getting the 501c3. But the reason why we are waiting on that is because if anyone were to donate to the foundation and they want to write that off on their taxes, right now, technically, as a foundation, we could be operating as a 501c3 pending. However, in our case, and this is kind of something that the team has done in every aspect of Vertcoin, is we would rather make sure that everything is in place than to try and jump the gun on something. So what we're doing is we're holding off and waiting for that official word from the IRS, and then we can start getting donations, and people here inside the United States, you can actually write that off on your taxes, which is great. But unfortunately, for anybody outside of the United States, it really doesn't matter whether or not if you donate now or you donate later, you won't be able to deal with the IRS here inside of the United States. So we're still waiting to hear back from them. And that's, that was the case in April, still the case here in May. So marketing, we did do one Vertcoin talk in April, and I talked about how we're going to have a new DLive channel, which now we're streaming to right now, and we just showcased, that stream that we did, episode 17. That was for the March update. So we try to do those every month. Not only do we put the blog out that you can actually read it, but then I come on here and actually do a live broadcast, go over everything, and give you some insight and other information pertaining to what we did to that month, and then give you the opportunity to ask me questions. So, and we also do some developer interviews and things of that nature. I'm going to try and also do some more talks with people outside of Vertcoin. So I know I've done one in the past with Josiah with Digibyte, just basically talking about all things crypto, different ways that we see stuff from different points of view, because I know certain projects have certain points of view that don't necessarily line up with Vertcoin. But, just try to do some more cross collaboration and stuff of that nature. So one of the big things that came out from a marketing standpoint is Merchant Mondays. So as you can see, we haven't been doing as many of those here as of late because we haven't been getting a lot of new merchants. So we just put out the update that, hey, we would love to get some more help from the community standpoint, because while there's just a few of us on the team, really it's at the feet of everybody in the community to go out and talk to your local merchants near you and talk to them about Vertcoin, talk to them about cryptocurrency and the benefits to accepting Vertcoin or any cryptocurrency for that matter as a form of payment, getting around those surcharges from credit cards and stuff of that nature. So you can read that here. And then that man on the right is one of our marketing members. He kind of heads up the Merchant Mondays. So if you have any new merchants or if you see anybody who is interested in accepting Vertcoin, please reach out to him. He'll be able to help you out with any questions or anything needed in order to get them set up and ready to go. So we're also working on some new flyers and stuff of that nature that we can hand out to people. I know those are still in the works now. And let me turn my cell phone off so that no one is actually calling me in the middle of the broadcast, because we wouldn't want that. You can see a preview of that here. Make sure and follow him on Twitter and come into our Discord. We're always posting ideas and concepts and stuff that we're looking to do as a team. We started the Vertcoin art show last episode, and I know Harrison, who is one of our admins inside of the Discord, and he's also a foundation member, he was making some wallpapers and stuff of that nature, and I solicited anybody who wants to make some art for Vertcoin, send it over to my email address and I'll showcase it in the next talk. Well, here we are, and nobody sent me anything. So the Vertcoin art community has dried up from what I can tell. But if anybody's interested in sending some more art over for future talks, I'll make sure and showcase them inside of the next show that we do. So that's always open. You can just email them to my email there. We did get a new Discord tip bot. So our old tip bot, we had retired that, and then we added this new tip bot. So the new tip bot's pretty cool because you can actually do games and you can kind of gamble with the Vertcoin that you have that you've submitted into the tip bot under your channel. So there's tons of cool stuff. You can do airdrops and all this other stuff. Not an airdrop from the sense of a cryptocurrency airdrop, because we don't do that around here. But you can airdrop your coins that you are putting into the tip bot to other individuals inside of the Discord. So it's a cool little tool that you can use inside of Discord just to have some fun and things of that nature with the community. So other key performance indicators, we're keeping track of all of our social media, just trying to, we're trying to weather the storm. But one thing that you'll see in the next dev update is we're starting to take a little bit more action from the outreach marketing standpoint. So also in this month, we had 193.55 Vertcoin come into the marketing and advertising fund, and then we had 5,341.97 Vertcoin come into the general dev fund. And here we had a special thanks going out to Tristario for his generous donation. This wasn't the only one. So one of the things that I definitely wanted to highlight on this particular stream was that we had some pretty big donations from a few community members. So we had a 2,000 total Vertcoin over the course of the last 2 months from Tristario, and I hope I'm saying his name right. I apologize if I'm not. We had another 1,000 Vertcoin from Fuzzy, who was donated to the general dev fund, and then Leslie43 has donated a total of 7,000 Vertcoin to the general dev fund to help get the GPU miners built, to help get Verthash moving and things of that nature. And I wanted to shout these people out because they are instrumental. Those types of donations are instrumental in being able to help move the project forward, because we don't have a war chest of funds sitting around. I feel like I say it every single episode. We don't have a lot of funds just sitting around from the initial release of Vertcoin. You don't have an ICO, no pre-mines or anything of that nature. And right now, we don't have any dev percentages on any of the software that we push out or any of that stuff. So all of our resources really come from the community and what you guys donate to us, and we want to thank those people. And if you see anybody with pink names inside of our Discord, so those are the rock stars. Those are guys who have donated to the dev fund more than, I think it's 250 Vertcoin is kind of the trigger of that. But if you donate a large sum of Vertcoin to the dev fund, we give you that title. So anybody you see in there as with a pink name has really stepped up to help progress the project by being able to donate some funds. So we wanted to thank them very much for all of the donations that they gave, and they weren't the only ones. Obviously, we had a lot of other people who donated smaller sums, and we want to thank everybody. Anybody who donates to the project, we want to thank you very much. I mean, none of us get paid from that unless you donate to the developer tip jar, which does get distributed to us. But the dev fund, the marketing fund, all that stuff goes directly, 100% of those funds go directly to the development costs and marketing costs for the entire project. So that was April. Let's jump right into May, because April, we didn't have nearly as much stuff happening as far as results. We had a lot of R&D going on, but May is where we saw some significant jumps and some newsworthy stuff to talk about. So, we did have Yurt Jap. He posted an item on Reddit, which I'll pull up here real quick. So, I know a lot of times people will complain that we aren't necessarily that active on Reddit and things of that nature, but Yurjet went through, he posted a long thing talking about his thoughts of the future of Vertcoin, and I would highly recommend going over there, taking a look at it. And in fact, I'll put it over here in the chat, so let me do that here. Take a look at that, and you can see kind of what his mindset is, and he really kind of, he pushes out a lot of the thought process behind most of the people on the dev team on how we're looking at Vertcoin in the future, how we're trying to make things more secure and get back to the more of the fundamentals with a cryptocurrency. So I'm not going to read through all of that, but by all means, please go in there and check that out. But he did post that, and a lot of people were very grateful for the response and stuff of that nature. But now let's get into Verthash. I feel like this is a lot of the reason why a lot of you people are here. So Verthash is our next mining algorithm. And a lot of people may be like, well, dude, you just forked. Why are you doing another one? It's because we understand that wherever there is a profit incentive for people to make specialized hardware, people are going to do it. And last time Layer 2, Rev 2 lasted about 2 to 3 years. Rev 3, we're not really going to take a chance on being caught off guard with another ASIC or something like that. So we had already started the process of getting Verthash built, but now we are we got Layer 2, Rev 3 is done, complete. That fork is complete. Now we're going straight into Verthash. So we're continuously making iterations on the design and the proof of concept implementation into the Vertcoin core build, running on the fork testnet between our developers. And we wanted to ensure stability. So that goes back to kind of what we were talking about with the foundation. We want to make sure every T is crossed, every I is dotted before we even allow this onto the wider testnet, because we've tried some ideas and we've let it run for a little while, and then it ended up breaking something, and so we had to go back and tinker with that just a little bit more. But some of the other features, not only this is a complete overhaul. It's not just a little tweak, kind of like Layer 2 Rev 3. That was a tweak of the old algorithm of Rev 2. This is a complete overhaul. This is top to bottom, soup to nuts. Everything is getting redone, and it's getting redone with the idea that FPGAs and a lot of other new graphics cards and ASICs and stuff of that nature, there's new hardware coming out that are much faster, much quicker to be able to be more efficient with these algorithms. So what we're doing is we're taking a look at that hardware, and we're trying to future-proof for that. We always want the major advantage, per se, to be on a graphics card, a consumer, everyday piece of hardware, not something specialized like an FPGA or an ASIC. We want the GPU to always be the king when it comes to mining on Vertcoin. So one of the things that we had to tweak is we had this idea of kind of how we could do that and how we could circumvent some of that new RAM that's coming out on FPGAs and stuff of that nature. But that roadblock that we were talking about in April really dealt with SPV wallets. So one of the kind of key tenets behind Verthash is that we want to use the headers inside of the blocks, and I hope to God I'm not butchering this because I am in no way, shape, or form a full-on developer. I am, the marketing media guy who I am learning as I go. But from what I've observed, we're basically trying to use the headers inside of the blocks in order to validate the blocks, and this is also something that we're trying to do in order to stop things like 300 or 400 or 500 block reorgs. So there's some tinkering around with that, but the way that we were originally going to go about doing that with using the entire blockchain, the full block of data needed to be validated, that would really cripple SPV wallets. So that is things like Electrium and your light wallets and stuff of that nature. And we thought that the security benefit to that, that would basically just leave us with Core Wallet. And it'd be really secure, it would be really future-proof and things of that nature, but you'd lose a lot of functionality like mobile wallets and things of that nature. So with everything in this space and really in life, it's a give and take. You got to, bring back, you got to change a little bit of your design in order to make sure things like P2 pool, pool mining in general, and then SPV wallets like Electrium, those are all still going to be able to be used with the Verthash algorithm. So once we've established that, which we have, it seems like we have nailed down our final design. We're now doing some internal testing, and we're also doing a lot of, I guess wargaming is, I guess, the best way to go about it. Every iteration of the design that we've had with Verthash, we've basically gone through everything that we can think of, and we will take a week, 2 weeks of just thinking and throwing stuff at it like, will this cause a problem? Will this break? Because at the end of the day, if we release this out into the wild and it breaks, or it breaks 2 months afterwards, that is a huge PR problem. Not only that, but also it's a huge security problem. At the end of the day, the whole purpose around blockchain is it's supposed to be secure. So we wanted to make sure that every aspect of the design that we're doing with Verthash is foolproof, and it's and it's going to work. So I know right now I and a few of the other developers, we have some core wallets that are in beta that we're testing right now, the different changes. So we're making adjustments on that. We're hoping here within, don't ever take this with a grain of salt. We're hoping within the next month or so that we're going to be able to start pushing this out onto the testnet. But if anything comes up, if anything changes, obviously that's going to be pushed out, because at the end of the day, security is our number one priority. We want to make sure that when it's done right. And right now, there's no threat necessarily to Layer 2 Rev 3, Verthash, or NiceHash. They can't, 51% attack the system right now, which is one of the big reasons why we jumped onto Layer 2 Rev 3, was to knock those ASICs off. So right now, there's not any alarms going off. So we have a little bit more time in order to deal with the development process. But I know that our GPU dev, who is an outside dev, because really, when it comes to GPU miners, there's very, very, very few people who can actually build those and build them to quality. So we have an outside dev who is working with our team directly to build the GPU miners, and the GPU miners are going to be for AMD, and it's also going to be for NVIDIA, so they're both going to be coming out at the exact same time. They both should be ready by the time this gets out on the testnet, so you don't have to worry about, if I have an AMD card, I'm not going to be able to participate, because 2 years ago Vertcoin was all about NVIDIA, and it took them forever to get an AMD miner out. No, our goal is to make sure that both of those cards are completely supported from top to bottom when we get this out on the testnet. This is another reason why these big donations that we've gotten have been so beneficial, because it's really expensive to get this work done. That's one of the downsides to there being so few people who can do it, is that they can demand a pretty good premium to do it, and to then make it open source, because that's one of the processes, is what we are getting it done. And then normally what a GPU miner developer will do is they'll make it closed source. They won't open it up to the general public, and they'll put a dev fee on there. So that's how they make their money. So in this case, we're kind of essentially paying the developer to do all of this work, to not put a dev fee on the miners, and to also make it open source. Now, you'll probably still have some like Team Red miners and CC Miner and a few of the other miners. They're probably going to make their own iteration of this, but right now they can't because they don't have the inner workings with the algorithm of itself. So like I said, all that's getting worked on, that's getting done. As soon as this becomes available for the testnet, it won't even be during a Vertcoin talk. We're going to push it out to all of our social channels. I'm going to hop on here and do a live talk, Q&A talk. If anybody's having any questions or anything of that nature on how to get this all set up, then I'll be here to help support you on that. But just know that our funds are secured in order to be able to facilitate the development of the GPU miners and the rest of the Verthash mining, or rest of the Verthash R&D. We should be set as far as funds go. But don't if you want to continue to donate to the dev fund, please, because there's other things that we're going to be doing down the road. This isn't the end of the road necessarily. So that's it on Verthash, and I have not been paying attention to the chat while I've been talking, so if you guys asked any questions, please reiterate them here one more time, and I'll take your questions with regards to Verthash. Let's see, is donate to Vertcoin Foundation is considered a nonprofit org? Yeah, so, okay, so you were responding to him. Zotrak, yeah, I'm a huge Ravens fan. These actually are going to be replaced, I'm hoping. I'm going to be taking these down. I'm actually going to be putting a Vertcoin specific banner here. That's my goal. That's what I would like to do. I know some people in the past have talked about getting a green screen behind me and doing something like that. That's what I'm thinking about doing now until I move into my new house and get my whole office is going to be squared away for broadcasting and stuff of that nature. So, but if you guys have any questions with Verthash, please put them in here. If I don't see it, then just, ping me, make sure and tag the @Vertcoin on there, and I will try to answer that. And if I don't answer any of your question, or if I don't answer your question here, please swing over to our Discord. Our Discord is the party when it comes to Vertcoin. That is where we are all hanging out. The developers are hanging out, answering questions all day. Yeah, no, I won't remove it from the office. It just won't be right here. So what I'll do is I'll put something more Vertcoin-esque right here, and I'm actually going to have a new Vertcoin item that I'm going to talk about it here in just a little bit. That's going to go behind me up here on my bookshelf. Also something else that came out. Really, I think it was last week. Was it last week or this week? We update our website. So our website is completely brand new. It is from top to bottom. Brand new. I'll open that up here. So as you can see, we've gone more with a dark theme. Neo Gaming, I'll talk to you here in just a second with Verthash. Verthash is our new mining algorithm. So what I would do, Neo Gaming, is go back. One, look at the dev update that's down in the description, but also you can rewind back or watch the recording afterwards, and you can hear more about Verthash. Let's see. With GPU mining being the core tenet of Vertcoin security and hashing algorithm, finding a way to lure GPU miner developers to the project seems very important. It is very important, Matthew. We GPU miners, the developers for GPU miners, they're really they're at the end of the day, their motive is profit. They're doing all of this work. They're learning how to do the coding and the optimization and all this stuff as a profit motive, and just as any developer, I don't blame them. And one of the, I guess it wouldn't be a downfall, but one of the things that hurts Vertcoin in a sense is that no one here is paid. So the love for the project is really what motivates people in order to do the work, not necessarily a profit motive with building out the software and stuff of that nature. So, but I think one of the target things that we want to target is developers and people who are interested in cryptocurrency, because if anybody knows who comes into our Discord, there's a wealth of information. You can ask anything about developing and stuff of that nature, and there's plenty of people who are there to help you learn and stuff. I mean, I could do basic websites in HTML when I first got into the community, and the amount of information that I've learned over this time has been immense. It has been insane, and that's just me observing inside of Discord. There's a ton of communication. There's different channels. You have ones for trading, marketing, development, all that stuff. And you can see all of that inside of our Discord. So if you ever want to learn, and our developers are more than happy to have people come into the fold trying to learn. Now, you won't necessarily be a part of a team and be taking on a particular project. Now, if you want to take on that initiative yourself, then by all means. I know we have a few developers who, like, they just wanted to do Vert docs, and they wanted to get that in Vertcoin Academy squared away, and that was kind of their tool that they wanted to work on. CryptoPlankton, he initially came up with, a different design for our website. It was over a year and a half ago. And he got absorbed in as a developer, so he is purely dedicated to graphics, user interfaces, and the website. That's kind of his development area, and he's the one responsible for the website development and stuff of that nature. So by all means, if you are interested in developing, interested in learning about cryptocurrency, come into our Discord, and there's tons of information in there, and ask questions. Always more than happy to answer, because that's kind of one of the things that our foundation. So we're following the path of Mozilla, which I'm sure plenty of you guys know Firefox, the browser. So Mozilla is actually ran, I guess you could say, by the Mozilla Foundation, and the whole point of that foundation is to educate and build technology. And that's kind of the same tenet that the Vertcoin Foundation is going to be going. It's about education. It's about building the technology surrounding blockchain. So that's kind of our key tenets. But here, let's get back to the website. So this is brand new. Let me square this up just a little bit, because see if that looks a little bit better here. So we're going with the dark theme, and it's very simplified. It's very, downscale, not a lot of fuss, and it kind of reflects Vertcoin as a project. We're not a lot of fluff. We're not a lot of, lights and glitter and all this other stuff. We're very to the core, to the tenets, and making sure that everything functions correctly. Grindlord, so Verthash code will be made public when it goes on the testnet. So once we do the public testnet, that's when all of that will be open source, just like everything that we do. Right now, we're kind of keeping it in-house because we don't want to allow broken stuff out into the ether. We want to make sure that whenever we go to put something out, that it actually is pretty solid. Now, of course, we'll be making updates to that once bugs are submitted, and we'll be making those adjustments, just like last time when we did Layer 2 Rev 3. For anybody who was around then, that was a 3 to 4 month process, and we were doing a lot of bug fixes and feedback and things of that nature, and we were pretty active just trying to figure out what everybody's feedback was, what they were seeing and stuff. We're going to kind of follow that same process. But here, we're going to go over the website. So at the very top, you can see there's a new, I guess, tagline, you can say. So Vertcoin is GPU mineable Bitcoin. And that is fundamentally true in the sense that Vertcoin is a commodity blockchain currency, just like Bitcoin. Exactly the same. I mean, the fact that our core wallet, we incorporate all of the upstream security updates and updates from Bitcoin. So our wallet and all the other stuff, the blockchain itself is foundationally based on Bitcoin. We have different indicators, so we have a different supply. Our block times are different and things of that nature. But the major differentiating factor for Vertcoin from Bitcoin, because a lot of people ask me, well, what's the why Vertcoin? What's the point of it? It's like, you love Bitcoin. Tell me why you love Bitcoin. All right, apply all of that to Vertcoin, but make it so that you can actually mine it at home. That you don't need specialized hardware, you don't need specialized tools and equipment and tens of thousands of dollars to even get in the game. The whole point of Vertcoin is that you can mine it at home on your gaming computer or on a standardized GPU, and you can contribute to that consensus. You can contribute to making sure that all of the transactions are validating. You can participate in that and receive the rewards from that. You can't do that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now, you have to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to an ASIC manufacturer that you hope doesn't have a backdoor into that system, so that when you go to hook it up, you're using your power, you're paying your power, and you hope to God that the ASIC manufacturer doesn't screw you over by being able to remote into that and to take your profits and things of that nature. Or you don't have people like CZ over at Binance who talk with less than 10 people and are like, yeah, we're going to roll back the entire BTC blockchain using the hardware you paid thousands of dollars for to mine on. Because they'll just remote in and use all of your hash power in order, they'll point the pool, the BTC.com pool or the Antminer pool, they'll point it at the alternative chain and roll things back. Now, that's not what Vertcoin wants. Vertcoin wants that GPU mining capability to be as diversified as possible. Decentralization. I mean, that's why we're all here, right? We wanted a decentralized network. We wanted a decentralized platform project, all of that. Nowadays, when you look at cryptocurrency, everybody doesn't care about decentralization, it seems. But we stick to those key tenets. So Bitcoin, we follow every aspect of that. The only thing we are different on is that our circulating currency is 84 million. I think it's 84 million. Yeah. And 2.5 minute block time. And we're GPU. We maximize GPU efficiency, and we want GPUs to be the king when it comes to mining, not ASICs or FPGAs. Now, it doesn't mean that those won't continue to try to keep up on us, but that's where we have to be active as a team and as a community to do that. So right at the top, we have the Vertcoin desktop wallet. We have our introduction to Vertcoin video. So this was, I think, almost a year ago that we got this created, and it's still relevant to this day. So I played that at the very beginning of the broadcast before I came on the stream. Then we also have our QR codes here. So if you want to donate to the Vertcoin developer team, and this is the thing here. This is a kind of a tenet that we're going to continue to hammer home. No pre-mine, no ICO, no airdrops. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit more as we get a little bit further into the show with regards to some action that the SEC took this week. But then we have, mining setup, Bitcoin versus Vertcoin, and you can see kind of the way that we're shaping this is that we are in direct, not necessarily direct competition with Bitcoin, but we are Bitcoin. We're just GPU mineable. That's the major differentiating factor. So whenever you talk to anybody about what is Vertcoin, why Vertcoin, I've never heard of that. And you're like, well, have you heard of Bitcoin? Yes. Okay, why do you like Bitcoin? Okay, well, do you want to mine it yourself at home on your own computer? Well, then there you go. You have Vertcoin. That is why Vertcoin is here. And that's kind of the thing that we're going to keep hammering home. But we have a few pages here. So we have mining set up so that if, that's kind of the thing we're kicking it. We want everybody to mine. We want everybody to be able to participate. So here we have a step-by-step guide on how to mine using our one-click miner. And of course, if you ever have any problems, swing over to our Discord and we'll help you out right away. The one-click miner, we're going to be doing some graphical updates, hopefully, in the future on that. We want to, I know one of the ideas that we're kind of kicking around and we're trying to work around the technical limitations on that is with the whole Verthash stuff is we're also looking to make the one-click miner kind of an all-in-one. So you have your wallet, you have your miner, you have your P2 pool, all in one piece of software. It does it all for you. You don't have to have all these other different things going around at the same time, making things more complex. We want to make it as simple as possible for people to be able to start mining right at home without having to be an expert in computer science or anything of that nature. So that's what you can see here with that, with this section here on the website. So then the Bitcoin versus Vertcoin. So here we actually talk about all these things, the differences between Bitcoin and the achievable security and the things that we're looking to do with Verthash. With especially with Ethereum right now, that's kind of the GPU king when it comes to mining. Ethereum goes to proof of stake. Where are all those GPU users going to go? We want them to come to us. We want to be the dominant GPU mining algorithm in the space, period. So here you can see the differences between Bitcoin and Vertcoin and kind of the way that we're going about tackling that. We go over to the community page. Here we have a list of all of our different community outlets. So Insight Explorer, Vertcoin Statistics, all this stuff, Vertcoin Talk. So here's our YouTube channel, Twitter, Discord, Reddit, our Reddit mining, GitHub, Wikipedia, all that stuff. So we have all that listed here. And then one of the things that we have down here at the bottom that's not necessarily at the top is the specs page. So here we talk about the actual specifications surrounding Vertcoin. So it's built on Bitcoin, and we go through and we hit, our block time. We hit our mining algorithm and the purpose of it, and the difficulty adjustments using Komodo Gravity Well. All of that is found right here. So we try to make it as simple as possible for people to ingest and to be able to share that information to other people. So by all means, swing over to Vertcoin.org. Check out the new website. Give us some feedback inside of the Discord, and if you see any problems or anything like that on a particular browser, let us know. We'll make those adjustments there. So let's move on over. So one of the things that I'm going to be receiving, so I bought this here, is a Vertcoin LED sign. So if you guys don't follow on Twitter or anything of that nature, please, I'd recommend doing that. But this sign right here, so this is kind of a prototype that I was having this gentleman here at Digital Asset Services. So it's a guy out in the Midwest of the United States. He does wood engraving, he does acrylic engraving, all kinds of other cool stuff here. So he accepts Vertcoin as payment. He accepts all kinds of other cryptocurrencies and stuff of that nature. He is going to be adding the Vertcoin stuff here. He's also going to be adding the Vertcoin video onto his website and stuff. So I know he loves the project. He's very in tune with the crypto community. But this is a little icon. What we're going to do is we're going to change for other people who want to get one of these. So we're going to have the Vertcoin logo up top, and then we're actually going to spell out Vertcoin down here on the bottom. So mine's kind of the prototype. It doesn't have Vertcoin below it, but I'm going to put this right behind me up here on my bookshelf, so that's going to showcase there. But just wanted to give a quick shout out to him that we're doing. That's a little thing that I'm adding to my setup here, so I can showcase some more Vertcoin stuff. But if you want to get involved, or if you want to get one of those, swing on over there and take a look at it. Let's see here. Let's go over to, so these were made real quick by Harrison. So remember the Vertcoin art thing that I was talking about? These are some art things that he came up with here. So if you want to download those, these are some kind of wallpapers. Try those out. You can put those on your background and stuff of that nature. But these are some of the submissions that he made really just a few minutes before we ended up broadcasting. But let me double check. I want to make sure anything else I wanted to touch on. So see if we have any questions or anything like that before I touch on this last topic here. Crypto Dredge, yeah, that's the current mining or miner that I'm using for my GPU rig. That I guess it's a rig. It's got two 1070s in it. It's my gaming computer that I have here. That's what I use to mine on. And then I run my own P2 pool here at my house, and then I broadcast that out. So if anybody is around Virginia, let's see. I gotta check Discord. Let's see. Let's see. Fastest. What? Where is it? Is it? Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, okay. So let's see. So these are nice little additions. Let me do this. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this over here. So Fast Tech has submitted some posters in Portuguese. So check this out, guys. So this is an idea of kind of when we're asking for help with or ideas with how to advance Vertcoin, how to do a little bit of different marketing and stuff. So these are some different ideas that Fast Tech, in our Discord, he took on to just have some different posters in Portuguese. So check this out here. So it doesn't have to be in English, and this is one of my shortcomings, is I don't know any other language other than English. So if you see a poster, if you see some different things that might be a good idea to incorporate into the community, by all means, let us know. So here you can check out these different posters here. Let Fast Tech know. He's here in the chat, so let him know what you think of these. But these are some different posters. Now, I'm going to admit, I have no idea what this says because I don't know Portuguese. But if you speak a different language and you want to translate some posters into your native language and you want us to broadcast this stuff on Twitter or on any of our social sites and stuff of that nature, please let us know. Send them on over to us and we will push those out by all means. So Fastech, thank you very much for sending that over. That's awesome. I'll push these out through Twitter. I'll probably do it over the course of this week just to spread them out just a little bit. But yeah, man, those look really good. That's awesome. Cool deal. Let's see. I'll hop on P2 Pool again. Yeah. So Zotrak, we encourage P2 Pool as kind of our pool of choice, simply because it's complete. It tries to decentralize the mining as much as possible. So, and that's kind of our goal. Like we don't have a negative look at, bigger pools and stuff of that nature that are trying to, run their own pool efficiently and pay out people and stuff of that nature. We don't, look at that in a negative light, but we want to encourage people to be able to run their own pools, to run their own P2 pool right there on their local computer and, contribute more to the decentralization. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're about in every aspect of the project. But awesome job, Fastech. Let's jump into the last topic here, because I think right now, how long have we been streaming? So we've been up for 45 minutes now, so let's keep it a little bit more reasonable here. I don't want to go too long, but let's talk about the SEC. So a lot of people may think that, this stuff really doesn't matter. It's just here in the United States. But normally when it comes to really money and Vertcoin will only be proof of work. We have no interest in proof of stake or anything of that nature, because proof of stake, we feel that is kind of a barrier to entry, just like with ASICs, where you have to spend a lot of money to participate in the consensus mechanism. We want to make the participation and consensus mechanism, which is mining. That's all that is. We want to make it as decentralized and as easy as possible to contribute. So we don't want to ever have a situation where somebody can ask 5 people, hey, let's roll back the Vertcoin blockchain by consolidating all of your mining pools and doing this as, there's 5 of us, let's make this decision. We don't want that. We want it impossible for somebody to do that. We want it as decentralized as possible. So yeah, we'll be sticking with proof of work, and that's what Verthash is. It's a brand new, completely, unique in its design proof of work algorithm. So the SEC is suing KIK, which I've never heard of these guys before now, but I'm not able to dive as deep into the crypto space, and especially when it comes to people who have ICOs, I normally just don't even remember them right off the bat. But the SEC, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, they are suing this company for their initial coin offering that took place in 2017. So I want to highlight this because they're saying by selling 100 million in securities without registering the offer or sales, we allege that KIK deprived investors of information and yada, yada, yada. So this, I think, is the first shoe that is dropping necessarily inside of the United States. And I feel like this is going to be a snowball effect, and this is going to continue to ramp up and things of that nature. And it was a few months ago, maybe about 6 months or so ago, that we actually had hired a legal firm to review our project, review our tenants, all the things surrounding Vertcoin, to assess if we are considered a commodity, so according to the Howdy rule, or if we are a security. So the key things here is that no ICO, so no initial coin offering, no pre-mine, so there wasn't a huge set of coins set to the side for the developers. There was no airdrops. There's no master nodes. There's nothing that would deem us as a security. We are 100% a commodity, just the same way as Bitcoin is. And that is why I see stuff like this. I expect this stuff to continue to come down. I expect it to snowball. I expect more and more projects to get wrapped up in this. This is kind of why your Binances and things of this nature are geo-limiting people in the United States from being able to participate in what they have going on, because they understand that this stuff is coming down the road. And we're completely protected from this as a project. And that's one of the things, we may not be getting these huge pumps and all this flash right now, but we're thinking long term. So we took into account We don't want to be on the wrong side of any legal action or legislation and stuff of that nature that, you know, comes down the road from a cryptocurrency standpoint. So we didn't take certain actions. So we didn't elicit an ICO. We don't do airdrops. We don't, you know, do all this fancy stuff of throwing all this money around. Our funds are very limited, and we're public about them. We're open about them, and we don't, you know, share, you know, all of the different, or we don't hide anything from people who want to know about our project. If people ask us, then we tell them. So I showcase this just to say that if you're worried about the SEC, Vertcoin is kind of a safe haven place to be when it comes to dealing with the SEC and stuff of that nature. So, all right, let me see here. I am running a little low on time here. Let's see. Do we have any other questions or anything of that nature? And I don't know why. I need to double check because my computer is at 100% CPU load again, and it really shouldn't be. So I'm actually going to clear this. Let's do this. There we go. Audio should be back now. Sorry about that. That was, yeah, I switched the scenes and I forgot that my mic is cut off on those scenes. That is my fault, 100%. So, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, audio should be back. You guys are hearing it now. Sorry about that. The developer updates are down in the description below, Pumper. So sorry for you coming in a little bit late and didn't catch all of that. But check back at the recording. Everybody's freaking out about the audio. Sorry about that, guys. You should hear it back now. But if you guys don't have any other questions or anything of that nature, I'm going to be over in the Discord for about an hour before I got my next thing starting off for work. If you have any questions or anything of that nature, please feel free to hit us up over here in the Discord. And if you don't have any questions, we'll go ahead and wrap it up for today. I'm probably going to have to do some editing to this no, I'll leave it in. I'll leave it in for this the stream, but I really do got to work out on why my system is so high on CPU load whenever I'm using this video as my background image and stuff. But cool. Thank you guys very much for joining me today. I know it was a long one, but I'm going to play some of the other videos that we have here in closing. But thank you guys very much, and we will see you in the next one.
Vertcoin is a currency similar to Bitcoin or Litecoin, with the major differentiating factor being that it is committed to being an ASIC-resistant coin, which means it can only be mined by GPUs. So that means that anybody from, a kid sitting in his dorm room in New York or somebody sitting in China in their home can be mining the coin. So it can't be mined by really expensive ASIC machines. When we talk about the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto being decentralized currency, where Bitcoin and Litecoin and some of these other coins kind of fail to do that is with these consolidated ASIC farms that are owned by just a handful of people that are processing all of the transactions. So with Vertcoin, it decentralizes the mining and the processing power of that blockchain to just the everyman, anybody who feels like they want to get involved in.
You know what? So, Grindlord pointed something out. So just come on back. So I forgot something. And that is entirely my fault. So let me see if I can do that here. Hold on. So, one thing I didn't do? I didn't even go over the May developer update. I didn't go over this all outside the Verthash and the website. So let me go over the marketing section. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for the delay. Hopefully not everybody jumped off. Everybody's still here. Okay. So, got the Vertcoin talk here today. Let's go over the other sections of the dev update that I forgot to do. So I got to rambling. Sorry about that, guys. Grindlord, thank you for holding me to that. Completely forgot about doing this. So Vertcoin has started running ads on Google Search and YouTube. So I wanted to let you guys know about this. Forever we heard that crypto ads were allowed again. They were allowed, and we go to try to run ads, we couldn't do it. So we started at the May 13th. We started testing some ads on Google and also on YouTube. So we actually put our metrics for the ad campaign here. So we're just testing some ads, and we're really pointing towards the one-click miner. So to kind of get around any sort of ads getting killed for the fact that we're a cryptocurrency, we're actually focused on the software aspect. So we are driving people to the one-click miner and trying to get them to mine Vertcoin. So here you can see the different types of metrics that we have right here. So we got two different campaigns going right now. One is pointing to the new website, and the other is the actual Vertcoin intro video that I showed at the very beginning, right before I came on here. So here you can see the other different interactions. So we're going to keep playing with this. We're going to keep toying with it. We're going to keep adjusting some of the other keywords and stuff of that nature. And if anybody is really good at ads and things of that nature, if you have any questions or anything like that, please let me know. I know we're running these right now. We're just going to see how they go, but we are starting to advertise on social media. We haven't done anything with Twitter yet, but if you see a particular Twitter tweet from our Vertcoin channel and you think, okay, we need to promote that, we need to make that huge, let us know, because I'm going to actually look at spending some funds on promoting stuff inside of Twitter as well. But we wanted to play with Google ads and YouTube first, see how those run. We were going to do it for about a month, see how that is, and then we're going to grow. We're going to expand and do a little bit more advertising. Yeah, so Pumper, we have vector images of our logo, all of that stuff. If you come into our Discord, go into the marketing channel and ask for that stuff, we can populate that no problem for you. Just come in there and ask, and you can make t-shirts and you can sell them and all of that stuff. And there's no trademark or anything of that nature. You can do with that as you wish. Those Portugal ads, definitely will probably try and run some of that inside of Portugal directly. So those types of things will be great. That man on the right, one of our marketing guys, he actually said that he would donate $50 himself directly to running ads on Twitter. So even our team members are stepping up and putting forth some money just so we can do some testing of the waters, just to try to get more information out there. So those ads are running. The sponsored gaming streamers and tournaments. So this was the thing that Grindlord reminded me of, and I can't believe I just got on a tangent and I didn't finish the rest of the dev update for this month. So Vertcoin is looking to sponsor some gaming streamers or some game tournaments. So this is another outreach that we're trying to do to gamers. So if you know anyone who streams games, such as on Twitch, or if they're putting on tournaments, so local tournaments for StarCraft, League of Legends, Overwatch, any of that stuff, PUBG, Fortnite, what have you. Any of those places that are doing tournaments or streamers that are doing streams, they have a pretty good following. And here's the key thing: they need to be somewhat interested in crypto and be interested in the Vertcoin project itself. So we don't necessarily want to sponsor someone who's completely oblivious to cryptocurrency and why it's there, or completely oblivious to the whole point of Vertcoin and why we're here and kind of the philosophies behind Vertcoin. We want to at least have them to have a little bit of passion behind Vertcoin. But if you know anyone that streams, by all means, don't think that only we can reach out to people. you guys as a community and us being a community project, you have the same power that we do when it comes to getting things done and to getting things, the ball rolling on stuff. So reach out to streamers, reach out to people that are putting on tournaments. If you yourself are a Twitch streamer like Zotrak here, shoot an email over to Kanan@vertcoin.org, or come into our Discord and let us know in the marketing channel, and give us some information such as, how many views does that person have, if you've talked to them yet about what the costs would be. Try and facilitate some of that information and bring that to us so we can have an apples to apples comparison of all these different other options, and then we can go with the best return on investment per se when it comes to streaming. So that's something that we're looking to do. So please give us some feedback. Anybody that you know, reach out to them. You don't wait for us. If you think that this person would be a good fit in order for us to sponsor them streaming or a tournament, reach out to them first and start that conversation, and then come back to us here in the marketing channel in the Discord, or shoot me an email, and we will start that ball rolling. So by all means, that would be awesome. That's kind of more of the outreach that we're trying to do as far as getting the Vertcoin name out there, and targeting gamers specifically. That goes back to the whole idea that we're a GPU mineable cryptocurrency. So gamers, you can't play video games 24 hours a day. So if you are not using your gaming computer, let your gaming computer work for you to earn Vertcoin so you can go buy games, or you can go buy whatever. That's kind of the whole concept behind it. So something else, ChangeNow.io has added Vertcoin. So I think I have an interview with these guys, maybe coming up either this weekend or next week. We're going to be filming that and doing some stuff relating to that. So look out for this. But they've added Vertcoin, so now you can do swaps there. I did do a podcast with Crypto 101. So I did it was about a month ago or so. I did a call with him, just talked about the things that are coming up with Vertcoin, all the things that we're doing and that we're currently active. I know he touched on a little bit of Vertbase, and I was telling him about how that got started, and it was a community member that got that started. So go check that out. Check out that podcast. And if you know anybody else who does podcasts or does cryptocurrency type reviews and stuff of that nature, and you want to see myself, James, Yurtjap, any of the developers on there, start that communication, and then reach out to us, letting us know that you have somebody that you want us to talk to. We're more than happy to reach out to those people and to talk and to answer questions and stuff of that nature. And the last little thing that I wanted to touch on was Vertbase donated 150 Vertcoin to the marketing fund. So this is something that Vertbase does every month, as they give back to the projects that they have listed on their site. So just wanted to thank Vertbase for their donation to the marketing fund. And then we had our key performance indicators here again. We're kind of holding steady, down just a little bit, but we're holding steady. And then this was those donations I talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. So we had almost 14,000 Vertcoin come into the General Dev Fund last month. I mean, that's amazing, and that really pushed us over the bar to be able to get a lot of the legwork done for Verthash. And there's always the links and resources down at the bottom. And then the Vertcoin Art Showcase. So this was Eric Etang's entry into the Art Showcase for this month. So here you can see it's the Please Mine Vertcoin, Our Families Are Dying, Sirs. So he took credit as Little Billy, a 5-year-old. But yeah, the Vertcoin Art Showcase will continue on next Vertcoin Talk. If you have any art or you want to do some art and stuff of that nature, please send me an email and I will showcase them in the next Vertcoin Talk. So sorry about jumping back on here. You know what? The whole time, tell you what, I'm slipping to you guys. I didn't even have my screen open. I didn't even have it open to where you would be able to see the dev update. I'm slipping. It's been a long day. It's been a really long day. But look, I'll go over this one more time. Here are those metrics with the ads and stuff of that nature. Yeah, so fasting. I didn't even have the browser open. That's me jumping back and not following my proper protocol procedures here whenever broadcasting. So, like I said, go to the dev update. That's all I was showing, was the dev update anyways. But you can see those metrics for the ads here. The gaming sponsor tournament, ChangeNow.io, Crypto 101 podcast, the Vertbase donation, all of that stuff right here. So yeah, sorry about that. I tell you what, man, it's been a long day, guys. But this is the art that Eric had created. But we'll see you guys next month. I don't know when we're going to be doing the Vertcoin talk, because we have 4th of July here in the United States. That's going to be a little bit of a fun time around here. Probably going to go out and do something, but then I'll be heading down to the beach in July, which unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm going to get my John McAfee interview, because he is out of the country now, fleeing from the IRS. So he's not down there at the beach anymore. But yeah, so sorry about the technical mishaps that we had here today. Well, thank you guys very much for joining me here on this episode of Vertcoin Talk, and we will see you in the next one.
What is Vertcoin? Vertcoin is a digital currency that can be sent between people over the internet without having to rely on any payment processor. Compared to other alternative technologies, Vertcoin has a number of advantages. Like Bitcoin and Litecoin, Vertcoin isn't controlled by large banks or institutions. Vertcoin is free from control of big mining hardware manufacturers and can be mined by anybody profitably. One of Vertcoin's biggest strengths is its active community of developers and members working as volunteers, all growing entirely off of donations. With Vertcoin, you can truly be your own bank. Let's take a look at some of the great features Vertcoin has to offer. Decentralized mining. Mining should be fair and easy, which is what Vertcoin delivers by not allowing ASICs on the network. This ensures long-term security and fair distribution of the currency. Vertcoin's one-click miner. Building a strong network requires many miners. So Vertcoin made mining easy with their one-click miner. Now anyone can mine and earn Vertcoin fairly and easily at the single click of a button. Active development team. Vertcoin developers are constantly working towards advancements in blockchain technology. And building strong relationships with other blockchain developers helps us learn and share information for better outcomes. Segregated witness. SegWit allows Vertcoin to increase its block sizes and add second-layer solutions for further improvements, such as the Lightning Network. Lightning Network. The Lightning Network offers scalable, instant blockchain transactions, allowing for massive increases in network capacity and an instant point of sale for merchant adoption. Atomic cross-chain swaps. A decentralized way of exchanging your Vertcoin with another coin that exists on a different blockchain. One of the benefits to Vertcoin is that the software is completely open source and anybody can review the code. Vertcoin is changing the financial system, the same way the internet changed publishing. Vertcoin will allow everyone access to the global market, incentivizing great ideas to flourish. Let's take a look at some examples of how Vertcoin is already used today. You can purchase video games, gifts, books, servers, and even a nice pair of socks. Vertcoin is listed on a number of exchanges where you can exchange those coins for dollars, euros, and more. Vertcoin's low transaction fees and quick payments allow any small business to offer multiple payment options. Unlike Visa and MasterCard, there isn't any cost to get set up to accept Vertcoin as a business. There are no chargebacks, and there's just a very small transaction fee that equates to about 1 cent. You get additional business from the crypto economy by accepting cryptocurrencies. Does this look like something you would be interested in? Do you want to know where to buy and how to mine your first Vertcoin? Go to vertcoin.org today.